Okay, so today we're going to have a very interesting topic. Yeah, and that is on hypnosis, right? So let me share this. So how many of you have been through hypnosis before this? Yeah, one. None of them other than that. That's good. Ah. So what I say is that if you all are not knowing what is hypnosis, I am in safe zone because then I can speak anything and get away, right? Yeah, that's not the case. That's not the case. So I just want you to just type in before we start off. I want you all to type in from where you are. Yeah. Like, are you from Bombay? Or you're from Ratnagiri? Are you from Himachal? Or you're from abroad?
I'm from Pune.
Pune. हाँ लिखो खाली लिख दो.
No,
Mumbai,
that is
Mumbai, Mumbai, Mumbai. Yeah.
difficult.
Chandigarh, Chandigarh. Yes. And Malaysia, Tio. Yeah. Hi. Ranchi, Chandigarh, Delhi, Mumbai, but working in UK. In Goa, yes, Kashmir. Oh, that's good. Kashmir has always got a fond space in all our hearts. Always. Pune. Currently from US, Sandeep. Hi. And Archana Shah. Very good. Okay, so Sarita is also come. Okay, so just put in where you are from. Yeah. So just it's like just to get clarity. Good. So we are almost having people from almost 3, 4 countries and almost 5, 6 states in India. So that's very good. Yeah. So let's begin. As people join in, we just keep adding them. Right. So I want to ask you this question. How many of you have gone through hypnosis or have experienced hypnosis? Yeah. Tell me. Yeah. One, two, just write I have. Yeah, that's enough. That would be good. Nope, never. Is it? Okay. And I prove some people wrong that they when they say write never, I prove them wrong.
We have not experienced anything.
You haven't experienced it, right? Yeah. And I'll just tell you ki, what actually is hypnosis so you know that how much of it is hypnosis. And we keep wondering that it's not. Yeah, it is not. But that's not true. Okay. But let's go ahead. So that's quite good when people say that we haven't been through it. Yeah, let's yeah. And you have to be on mute, Sujata. Okay. I'll just put everyone on mute all. Okay. So let me just start off with our presentation. So today's topic is hypnosis secrets. I hope everyone can see the slides. Everyone can see slides? Right. So today's topic is hypnosis secret, access the subconscious for healing. So let me also introduce the mission that we are on. This is called Mission India, which is one healer every home, which is introducing easy healing tools to as many people as possible with the intention of having one healer every home. Just imagine if every person has some idea about healing self, and also there is someone in your community, in your house, in your society, able to heal, just like you're having a doctor in your building or at home. There is so much of respite, there's so much of ease, because you know there's someone, just in case there's a problem, there's an emergency, that person is there who has some know-how about what healing is all about, what kind of medicines to be given. And that is exactly the intention, because the world needs a lot of healers. With the kind of stress and tension that's going around, the world needs a lot of healers. And as many as possible we can have, but still it would fall less. And here you're getting an opportunity not only to learn how to self heal, but also you are learning how to heal others. As we go about, you're going to learn how to heal others. So this is the intention. So now just imagine you can heal not only yourself, but also others. Yeah, this is what it is. And what we are doing is that every Monday at this time, we are going to have this webinars, which is free of cost. At least now they're all free of cost. And you can invite, and in fact, I'm going to request each one of you to invite as many people as possible, so that each one of us can learn these tools and techniques. And most of them, though they are complicated and tough, I will try to make it as easy as possible. So what we are going to do week on week is that you're going to learn, like a child learning how to cycle, or a child learning how to take the initial steps. Yeah, the child falls, gets up, but then the child is learning looking at others. The child is learning by doing it oneself. So that is exactly the intention. Initially, you might feel, oh, this is too big. Like people say, oh, I've never been through hypnosis. But as we go about, you get familiar to the subject, you get familiar to the words, and that's how you're going to learn. And as you start connecting to yourself with the practices and all that over a period of time, you will start noticing that you are also able to do, if not all, quite a few of them. Because if you have to learn all, then you have to get into actual workshops and all that. Like if you want to become a full-fledged doctor, then you have to join the medical field and then learn. But at the same time, there are so many of them. They are around the doctors, like, and they learn how to, at least what kind of medicines is to be given. We all have some idea. Are you getting some idea we have? So कि क्रोसिन लेना है, ये पेन किलर है, ये लेना है, but not like a doctor. Yeah, doctor knows कि इसका contra indication क्या है. That's the most important thing. इसको diagnose किया कैसे किया जाता है. That's the most important thing. So doctors are always going to be different than all the other people, because they have much more knowledge. At the same time, they have put in so many years of practice, experience, knowledge, everything put together. But at the same time, if you have high fever, your child has high fever, you know that, okay, this is the syrup and I can give it, and the temperature comes down, then you can always take them to the doctor. So that can be done. At the same time, if you have something, you can always do that. So that's the intention. Okay. So for you, Hypnosis Secrets access the subconscious for healing. Yeah. So how many of you are liking this, the mission? Yeah, write me. And how many of you are really excited with this mission? Right? You're excited about this mission and you are interested really in supporting this mission. Like you want to have more and more people, including your own self, to learn what healing is all about. Yeah. So let's go ahead. So a little about me for people who don't know. I'm Dr. Rajiv Naidu. I'm an author of the book that I'm going to show. I'm a homeopathic physician. I've been practicing for the last 30 years, and I'm a counselor and a health psychologist. I passed out in 2000 doing my counseling and health psychology. and that is where the whole interest to transform or changed, where I started looking at life from a different angle, not just as a homeopath, but how can I support people by way of counseling, therapies, and all that. That is where it started. I'm a trauma therapist. I have qualified and trained myself as a trauma therapist, specialized in anxiety and post traumatic stress disorders. And I'm also a trainer for clinical hypnotherapy, core somatic integration, transactional analysis, and also I am a trainer for something that is unique. Yeah, one is mindfulness at the same time. Also a trainer for, I'm a trainer for Tai Chi and Qigong, and we have this work happening every we have this sessions happening every Saturday, 7 to 8 a.m. And people who are interested can join the workshop 7 to 8 a.m. every Saturday. And it's at a very, very, very discounted rate. And we have something called Fit After 40. So anyone can join in and you can learn. And we have certified courses, 3-month certified courses, and then also advanced courses and becoming a trainer course. So anyone who's interested can message me and then you can always join in. Yeah. Yeah, Sandeep, you have a message. Please message me. Yeah.
Can I speak if you don't mind?
Do you have a question?
No. I had a suggestion and a statement.
Please, go ahead.
Okay, I'll make it real quick.
Oh.
Generally, when you have a vertigo and you fall down, uh, especially in the Western world and in the US, is called passing out.
Hmm.
When you are through a course, you use the word graduate.
Yeah.
So I can request you to incorporate that.
Yes. So we, in this, very honestly, we are not learning because there's no certification on this, very honestly, right? Yeah, but thanks for that, Sandeep. That's quite helpful. Right. Yeah, thanks, Sandeep. And let's move ahead. So this is my book called Giving Up Something to Receive Everything, which is a 4-step miracle of mindful forgiveness for health, harmony, and prosperity. Yeah, and this is available on Amazon Kindle. Yeah, and also if you want hard copies, then it's available with me. You have to message me. I will send it to you. Yeah, by courier. So this is about. So now I want to ask you this: what if you have the skills and you can access the subconscious mind and have the skills to heal and revamp your subconscious mind? What would you use it for? I want you to write it down either on the chat or in your own book. So if you had the skills, if you could access the subconscious mind and if you could revamp it, what would you use it for? Yeah, I would use it for my 360-degree growth. Yes, very good. Healing for abundance. Yes. Heal myself and help others. Awesome. Change it to positive thoughts, suppressed emotions, heal people. Very good. Releasing suppressed emotions. Yes, very good. Heal people. That's very good. Keep writing, keep adding. Yeah. So you can see most of us are talking about shifting, changing, making a difference to oneself and others. Yeah. And that is what it's all about, focusing on the present. So whatever we don't have or we are missing, we would like to have that, right? Yeah, for self and others healing. Yeah, whatever we don't have, we would like to have that. And I also want you to write down in your book also, what is it that you really want to have in your life? Like, that's my vision. Doesn't matter because we always start with the vision. I tell all my clients, so I do a lot of therapies in my clinic and I have clients coming. The first thing is that as we take the case, understand what the person is going through. I ask them to also tell me what is it, the goal that you want. Yeah. Because once they are clear of the goal, then the mind is always able to move towards it. Remember, the mind goes towards what you are feeding it with. And it's very important to have a goal. And many of us say, how many of you over here, like I want you to raise your hands and tell me, or at least write I over here, that many of you think that I'm giving my best to my life. But the thing is that it's either not turning out the way I wanted, or it's turning exactly opposite of what I want. Show a raise of hands or just put it down, me. Yeah, that's honest. Sheetal. So yes, 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 me,
Yes.
me. Yes, very good. Right. So most of us have this issue that, and they wonder that when I'm giving my best, why I'm not getting it. Anyone who could answer this, put it on the chat. Why do you think it's not happening the way you want it? No idea? Yes, that's a wonderful answer. Because if I knew it, I wouldn't be here. Manifestation is clouded by your own subconscious mind, very right. And life has other plans. Life has only one plan, that is to fulfill on what you are going after. Life doesn't have any other plans. Focusing on problems rather than the small things are equally important. Limiting beliefs, yes, that's very close. Past keeps intervening and doesn't let me focus. Yeah, that's the issue. Fear of unknown stuck, negative self talk. Okay, how many of you want to hear, like, get surprised? Yeah, we all go after goals. How many of you agree to this? Our mind is always going after goals, whatever goals you create. Now, many of us don't realize this, but most of our goals are negative. Write it down. Most of us have a negative goal, but we don't realize it, and we think it's positive. How many of you have heard yourself saying, I'll just give you ask you this question, and this will also act as an example. How many of you have heard yourself saying, I don't want to be angry. I want to change my state of anger. Or I don't want to get upset with things. I don't want to be so sensitive. I don't want to remain poor. How many of you keep saying this? I don't want to be in this state. Yes. I don't want to have problems in my career, in my relationships, in my health. If you notice, we keep saying, I don't want to, but we don't say what we want. Is that clear? And that's exactly what happens because the mind doesn't understand the word don't. So it goes after, I want to be angry. I want to be upset. I want to be sensitive. Okay, so start operating from what you want. That is the first suggestion. Write it down. If this is helping you, write it down. Yeah. And also, Priyanka writes here, I want abundance. See, let me tell you, yeah, again, you'll find this funny. When you say I want abundance, that means I don't have one. But when you say I want abundance, you already have abundance of problems. Do you agree? You have abundance of issues in your life, yes or no? Again, you have to be clear what do you mean by abundance and what is it that you really want? In which area you're looking at abundance and what is the experience of abundance? What is the estimate of abundance? You have to start getting a bit more specific. Clear on this? Yeah. How many of you are already liking what you're hearing? Just write L, liking. Yeah, very good. Very good, very good. So now let's move ahead. Yeah, and now we'll go to the real stuff. So you have already written what you really want, but I want you to be a little more specific. We are going to use this later on. And every time we meet up, we are going to bring this up again and again. We are going to bring this up again and again because this is the first key to your success, to your prosperity, to your shift, to your change, to your health, to your awareness, to your healthy relationships, to being in power, to being in command. Okay, so let's move ahead. Now, I want to show you something. I want to show you something. Nitu, please go on mute. Nitu, go on mute. You're again unmuting again and again. Please don't do that. Yeah. Now just imagine that you have a room in your house, or you have a house which you're not using, or a basement which you're not using, and you haven't used it for years together. Now what happens? All the furniture that is there, that's been unused, it's lying over there. There is dampness in that space. When you go there, if at all you go there, it's stinking and there are cobwebs. It's dark, it's unused, and all that. And get that when you have one room like that, it's not being used, and it also has an impact on other areas. Like kind of, if you're not using that, all the stuff that is that if that room was available to you, you could have made a music room out of it, or you could have made a playroom, whatever you could have done, right? Now you're not using it, so it has an impact on other areas because all the furniture that you require, you have to put it in the rest of the rooms because you're not using this room. So that is the impact of it. Now just imagine there is a wise man who comes in and hands you over a key to that room which has been locked for many, many, many years, unused, stinking, and it has an impact on all the other rooms and all the people living in that house. Now, someone comes in and gives you a key to that room and says, open that room, go in, figure out what is required in that room, what is not required, throw up whatever is not required, keep the things that is required, or replace it with something new. After you clean up that room, you open the windows and you put some deodorant over there, or some plants, some flowers and all that. And what happens after that? It becomes fragrant, the energy gets vibrant, and becomes a livable place. You can utilize that place. And when someone comes in and sees that room and says, wow, this looks good, and it starts having an impact, overall impact on the environment around, on the other rooms, and also on the people. You have more space to move around. Now, what am I talking about? I am talking about the dark room being your subconscious mind, which is unhealed. Your subconscious mind, which is unhealed. There are a lot of experiences, there are a lot of memories, there are a lot of traumatic experiences that have been stored over there, but they have not been dealt with. They are all unprocessed. And that is impacting your life, be it health, wealth, relationships, career, finances. It has an impact. So look at this. Whatever impact you have on your life in any area, it is because of something about your subconscious which is there in the subconscious that has not been dealt with, that is left unhealed or unprocessed. Is that clear? Something that has been unhealed and unprocessed. So now, yeah, okay. Something that is unhealed and unprocessed. Okay. So now we have cleaned it up. We have cleaned it up and we have made it the way we want it. And this key is nothing else but the hypnosis or the hypnotherapy. What happens with hypnotherapy? You are able to get into that space that is called the subconscious, which leaves you very unaware if you are not tapped into it. And your real potential of becoming whatever you want, of having all the areas of your life, health, wealth, relationships, finance, any kind of creativity, that potential lies in your subconscious mind. How much of it are you tapping into? And it has been said that you only tap into 2 to 5% and still you make it so big. So just imagine people who don't even tap into it or create negativity. They also tap into it, but they're tapping into it negatively. And just imagine if you had the key to open up the subconscious mind and see what's happening over there, what is stored over there, which you have not even looked at, which you are not cleared up, which you are not processed, which you are not healed, and you are able to heal it. What would happen? Then you have something that is a vibrant, healed subconscious mind. And let me tell you also, most of us, when we are making a shift in ourselves, especially people who have gone through therapies, yeah, they have said that they feel very energetic. They are able to be very creative. They are able to think differently. Their productivity has gone up. And that is what makes hypnotherapy and all these therapies very, very impactful and very, very powerful. And also tools to bring about quick shift. Now just imagine this, that you are struggling with yourself and you are in a space where you have not dealt with all these things. Yeah. And if you look back into your life, how much time have you spent like that? Struggling with your own self, struggling with all the areas of your life. If you can write down the number of years you have spent, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, that you have spent struggling with that problem, just write a number. Let me see. 7 years, 15 years, 11 years. And let me tell you, you're writing on the lower side. 8 years, check it out. सबको double कर दो चलेगा, if you're that age. 4 years, 40 years. Ooh, true, right? Because हम लोग count ही नहीं करते. And look at this. If you're looking at 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you spend most of the time struggling with what you really want in your life. And you know that if I had that, things would completely change. My life would be radically different. Yes or no? If you agree, right? Yes. Right? AG, agree. Yes, obvious. Because you know, if my life would have the way I wanted it, it could be completely different. We all dream about this life. But how many of us are really able to make a difference? That's important. Not many of us are able to make a difference. Okay, so let's look at this. So now just imagine I help you tap into that part of your subconscious mind, which when healed, you're able to tap into that potential and achieve what you really want, health, wealth, relationship, career, finance, whatever, very quickly. Like there are some of them who are over here who would say that they have gone for therapies and what they were struggling for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, within 2 sessions, 3 sessions, they have had breakthroughs. If you have gone through something like that, write down yes. Or write BT, breakthrough. You have gone through something like this and you have got breakthroughs. Yeah. So this is the kind of impact that people have had. Yeah. People have had going through 1 session, 2 sessions. And now just imagine you take us 15 days or 1 month you spent with a therapist and you are able to clean up that area which has been in the dark for the longest period and you didn't know what to process. You were completely unaware. You were non-mindful. And that 15 years, you compress it and within 1 month, 2 months, you're completely healed it and you're completely a new person, energetic, vibrant, and able to accomplish what you really want. How would that be for you? And that is a power. And that's one of the reasons I want to teach as much as possible and want people to pick up those skills. Right? Let's go ahead. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that is the power of subconscious when we start working at the subconscious level, right? Now, I want to ask this question to you. So let's understand what is hypnosis, first of all. How many of you would be interested in knowing what is hypnosis? Yes. So now, this is what people think. Generally, what comes to your mind when I give you the word hypnosis? What is the picture that comes in your mind? For most of them, the picture that comes in could be, yes, right?
Taking charge of your thinking.
Yes. But when you think of hypnosis, what comes to your mind? What is the picture that comes in? Unconscious mind. Yeah, mostly when we talk about hypnosis, yeah, people think of something like this, that there's someone out there who's controlling your mind. How many of you think that a hypnotist or a hypnotherapist is controlling your mind? Yes, very right. Yeah. And thanks for being honest. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. That the hypnotist and many of them don't want to go. They're saying, okay, I had someone who was, I still remember when I said I had learned it new, and the person said that my wife has thyroid. And I looked at him, I said, okay, you can help her go through hypnotherapy, and with the help of hypnotherapy, and this I'm talking about almost 18, 20 years, 20 years back, yes, 17 years back. And with hypnotherapy, you can completely transform it. And she can be good and healthy. He's saying, but who's the hypnotherapist? And then I said, I'm the hypnotherapist. Guess what? That guy, he actually turned his face away. And for the next 10 minutes that he was there in my clinic, he was not even looking at me because he believed that I can hypnotize him by looking into his eyes. How many of you believe that? That just by looking into the eyes, I can hypnotize someone, or the hypnotist can hypnotize. And that's what they think, because this is what they are having in their mind, that someone is able to hypnotize them, or pendulum. You have to saying, okay, now you've gone there. and you are under my control. ऐसा नहीं होता है. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Okay. What actually hypnosis is, I'll tell you. Hypnosis is, and these are myths of hypnosis. What is hypnosis? Hypnosis is a state of mind. Get that. It's a state of mind. How many of you meditate? When you're meditating, you're under hypnosis. It's a natural focused state of mind where your critical conscious mind relaxes and your subconscious mind becomes more receptive. And that is why when we are doing affirmations, when you're doing you're learning law of attraction, which you're learning law of manifestation, you're made to relax first. Because that is the time when the subconscious, which has the power to accomplish anything that you want in your life. Yeah, unfortunately, most of us used to accomplish only negative or things that they don't want. Yeah, but it can accomplish anything. The best, the richest, the most creative kind of life that you want to have can accomplish anything for you. Then that part of the mind becomes very receptive, very open. And once you're able to apply that, it gets suggested. It takes in the suggestion. Then it starts working on an auto mode. And that's why people say, boss, this guy is like sailing smoothly, or this person's life is like, it's like flowing like a river water, or it becomes so smooth and easy. Or this guy is so lucky, usko to jo chahiye wo mil jata hai. It's not like that. That person has tapped into the potential of the subconscious mind. I want you to, every time I say this, I want you to say to yourself that I want to make that happen. I want to make that happen, that I am capable of bringing about that shift in me tonight and from here onwards to accomplish what I really want. I want you to suggest to yourself again and again. Right? And that's possible. And that's the reason this whole one healer, one home, every home is being created with the intention that people self-heal. We need self-healing for that. Right? Chalo, aage badhte hain. What is the mind? Anyone? What is the mind? We're just learning the basics now at the same time. Anyone?
Thought or neurochemicals.
Yeah, thoughts, yes. Okay. Right. So now, what is the mind? Let's understand.
Emotions,
Emotions, very good.
thinking.
Thinking. Mind is different from the brain that rules your thoughts. Very good. You got the difference between mind and brain. That's very good. Consciousness. Okay. Mind is a part of consciousness. Does the brain have mind? I want you to scratch your creativity a bit. Okay. Someone writes no. Okay. So the mind is everywhere, basically. Yeah. So this is something that I want you to know. The mind is everywhere, right from within you to around you. Yeah. So when I'm teaching hypnotherapy, this is how we put it. Yeah. The definition is the mind is a ball of energy which is within you and around you. It's almost like a sponge. Yeah. What happens when you take a sponge and put it in a bucket full of water? Where is the water? The water is inside the sponge and the water is around the sponge. Yeah. So it's a ball of energy in and around the body. Good, Dr. Pooja. Yeah. So it's a ball of energy in and around the body. Yeah. So, and now if you go by the researchers, then they say it's 12 feet in diameter, all that. So all that you can learn when you're doing when you're learning it in the hypnotherapy workshop. But this is what it is. Yeah, in brief. And it has got two parts. What are the two parts? Tell me, what are the two parts?
Subconscious and conscious.
Very good. It has got two parts, which is called conscious and subconscious. And now you can see this is called the iceberg model. Yeah. And this iceberg model, what it says, that whatever is seen above the surface of the water, you have 10 times more below the surface of water. We don't even know how deep it is. And same way, so what you can see over here, this is the conscious mind, which is just 10%. But what you can see below is the subconscious mind. What does the conscious mind do? What does the conscious mind do? The conscious mind is thinking. It is analyzing. And it is processing every thought that you have. Right? It is analyzing every thought that you have. Right? It is processing data. Is that clear? It takes actions. Very right. Depending upon the data it processes, it takes actions. Is that clear? So that is the conscious mind. What does the subconscious mind do then?
All metabolic activities.
Okay. Yeah.
Reservoir of
Memories.
thoughts.
Very good. So it is the reservoir of memories, experiences. Yeah. It is a storehouse of all the information that you have received right from day one of your birth. Yeah. It is reservoir of all that information that you receive. That is day one of your birth. That is from the time of you're born. And its only job is to keep you alive. So all that what makes you, keeps you alive, like the breathing, the lung functioning, that's not under your control. Right? Your muscle formation, the wear and tear of the muscles, the generation, regeneration, degeneration, everything that happens moment to moment is taken care of by your subconscious mind, which is 90% of your you. Is that clear? And the whole power, and as someone said that the brain is different than the mind. That we'll understand when you're doing a workshop. Okay? But this is what it is. Now, what is the reason? Now, I'll just give you an example of the subconscious mind here. So it is a storehouse of memories. So as we are growing up, yeah, there's this child who's growing up in an environment where there's a lot of criticism. There's a lot of negative conversations that are happening. Judgments are being passed, opinions are being passed on the child or on the people around. Now, remember one thing, the child doesn't need to go through the experience personally. Even if someone else is going through it, the child is feeling, I am going through it. Like there was this child, this man who came to me, and he said, I feel so helpless. I feel so weak. I said, why? What happened? Were you beaten up or you had like a bad traumatic? He's saying, no one ever beat me. But I'd seen a lot of it happening between my parents. A lot of abusing, screaming, yelling, and even violence sometimes. And I used to always get scared. What if it happens to me? But remember, a child feels as if it's happening to me. So it's not necessary that many parents come to me and they say, oh, but we don't say anything to the child. I had this parent come to me. The parents come to me and they're saying, okay, we are being smart parents. They didn't say this, but I'm just labeling them as smart parents. They're saying, you know what? Our child is very angry and upset and he gets very aggressive and he gets very sad easily. There are a lot of mood changes. I said, but then what's happening in the family? No, everything is nice, at least in the front of the child. I said, then between you and your spouse, saying we are not very cordial. We don't have cordial relations. There's a lot of fights happening between us on and off, and there's a lot of anger, upset. But you know what? We never let the child know anything. I said, how's that possible? That you never let the child know anything? They're saying because we only fight after the child is sleeping. Is that clear? We only fight after the child has gone to sleep. But they didn't realize this till the time I told them that the child is picking up all the information. The subconscious is picking up all the information. It doesn't matter whether you're sleeping, whether you're awake. The child is picking it up. And that is what makes all the difference. So just because the child is sleeping doesn't mean that it's not aware. The subconscious doesn't need to have eyes open in order to have the awareness. It's always aware. Okay? Yes. I'm not very sure. Okay. So now, yeah, Abhimanyu learned from Sri Krishna. Yes. Learned from Arjun. Yeah. That when he was in the mother's womb. Yes, very right. So now let's go ahead. Why is this? Why isn't one moving? Just a minute, huh? There's some problem here. Okay, let me restart. Okay, so this is what it is. So have you got this example that the child is just picking up? And now, why do we need to access the subconscious mind for healing? Now, when we are learning about the mind, let me tell you, we start at around 11 o'clock and we go around understanding the mind for 3 hours. That's if you really want some deep knowledge about the mind. There's so many things. There's dreams. There is how it gets conditioned, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the critical filter, the past life. All those stories are there in this. Yeah. So the mind covers a lot of things. Yeah. But we are learning it very briefly. But this is also good. So tell me, why access the subconscious mind for healing? What is the reason we need to access the subconscious mind for healing? Just write down whatever comes to your mind. Yes.
Because all the negative or positive emotions are stored in the subconscious mind.
Yeah, to enhance our efforts consciously because it's a storehouse of memories and experiences. Yes, but why do we need to? Because, as I already said, now the storehouse can have unused furniture, which
Clean.
can have a toxic effect on the environment, or you can have clean it up. So
Clean.
accessing is helping it to tackle the deep-rooted problems, the memories or the traumatic experiences which are stored in the subconscious mind. Is that clear? So that's one reason. So here we see your subconscious is a storehouse of emotional memories, including the trauma. So if you want to heal them, you have to go back to the subconscious mind and clear it up. It regulates the automatic body processes like the breathing, heartbeat, and digestion. Now, if you have a lot of emotional memories and experiences which have not been undealt, which have been left undealt, or it has not been processed, then it also impacts all this body or automatic body processes. Like, look at this: when you're stressed or you're anxious, what happens to your breathing? What happens to your heartbeat? What happens to your digestion? So it starts impacting all this subconscious automatic body processes. Is that clear? So that's one of the reasons. And you don't even know the price you're paying for all this. Yeah. Most of the things people say, oh, but I've taken the medicine, I'm free. No, you can be even living your life without medication. That is also possible. Yeah. It holds the belief systems, like someone wrote perceptions. It holds the belief systems. And these belief systems can be empowering or limiting. And 95 to 98% of the population lives on limiting, unhealthy, ineffective, unproductive belief systems. And what we are going to learn over here, over a period of time, is how do we transform that? Good. How many of you like this? And it also changes your habitual patterns. And the patterns can be helpful, they can be harmful. They can be productive, they can be unproductive. They can be self-sabotaging. And most of us, again, that 95 to 98% people have self-sabotaging patterns. How many of you think you have patterns that is actually going against your own growth, your enhancement, your development, your relationships, your health? How many of you feel? Yeah? Yes. There's so many of us. And many of us feel helpless. They think, what can I do? And let me tell you, when I'm talking this, I've been there, stuck in this kind of negative belief system for the longest period. Having habits which have not been very helpful, which have not been very productive, which have not been very effective, and still have quite a few of them. But I have been able to resolve a lot of them, and I've been able to be my very best self at most times. And thanks to the work that I've done. Yeah. Healing becomes possible when you change the root belief in the subconscious, not just the surface symptom. And this is what we started off with. Whatever symptoms we have, they are only on the surface, whether it's procrastination, whether it's bipolar, whether it is depression, whether it's anxiety. All those things are surface symptoms. The terms are the names for the symptoms. They are not the real cause. That's why many a times, most of the people who are taking medicines for the longest period, 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, few months, they are not able to get the relief only because it is still on the surface. Whether you apply that lotion on the skin, it will go away, it will come back. And most of you have experienced this. But if you release it from the root, possibility of it coming back, not possible. Right? Okay. Any questions till now? Then we'll get into some practical work. Okay. So how many of you want to experience hypnosis, first of all? How many of you have not been through hypnosis ever? Never, never, never. Okay, never? Okay. Oh. Tell me honestly, how many of you have not been through hypnosis? Just write I. Never. Honestly. Honestly, I never. What if I tell you कि तुम लोग झूठ बोल रहे हो? What if I tell you कि तुम लोग झूठ बोल रहे हो? You'll be surprised. Okay, ready for a surprise? How many of you are ready for a surprise? Okay, let me tell you this. Okay, how many of you sleep? Everyone. How many of you watch movies? We have a movie maker over here, so you don't raise your hand, Sharad. Okay, so Sharad is a filmmaker. Okay, director, right? Filmmaker. Okay, so that's how many of you spend time on scrolling and all that? And then you spend 20 minutes and you say, at least I take 20 minutes. Whenever I open, I'm stuck for 20 minutes. And then I check the time, 20 minutes gone. Every time. 20 minutes jata hai. And at that time, there are things happening, but you don't address that. You know there's important work, but you don't address that. Right? How many of you meditate? Most of us. How many of you read books and get lost in books? Most of us. That's all hypnosis. Now tell me, how many of you have never been through hypnosis?
No.
Now no one is going to raise your hand. Now you get it. You're always going through hypnosis all the time. You don't realize. I'll give you more. You want more? When you get stuck up with that, oh, mere college mein wo ladka, wo ladki, राइट? मेरे मम्मी ने मुझे बचपन में, मेरे डैडी ने मुझे कभी ध्यान नहीं दिया. All the stories that you carry, right? You are hypnotized by that. Now tell me how many of you are not hypnotized? Ever. बॉस बचपन से आप hypnosis में हो. What I tell them, this will be amazing. What I tell people is that I don't put people into hypnosis. I get people out of hypnosis. Once they are out of hypnosis, like what Krishna did to Arjun, then Arjun was able to see things clearly. That is why the Bhagavad Gita will never run out of date. Never. Because it talks about your life, how it is. He's saying, boss, you are in illusion. Come out of illusion. That's what Krishna did to us. Did to him. And he's doing it to us all the time. Many of the gurus, the teachers, when you go and tell them, Bhagavad Gita padho or Bible padho, whatever. So what are they doing? They're saying, go back this, because this is never going to get outdated. Because they're talking about human life. Basic principles of human life. How many of you agree with me? Right? This is so important. And there are so many of us who, when they are in trouble, they go for these books. Because it just gets you out of illusion and brings you into reality. And let me tell you the real stuff. In reality, there is no problem. It's only in your illusion that you have problems. In reality, you don't have any problems. It's only in your illusions that you carry this problem, because it's a perceptive. You're looking at life from a perceptive filter. Now that is where you become helpless, you feel anxious, you feel worried and all that. It's not the real stuff. Okay, let's move ahead further. Okay. So, okay, let's do the quick induction bit. How many of you want to go through a very smooth induction? Okay. How many of you want to experience hypnosis? Ready? So I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Just briefly, okay? We're going to do it. Wherever you are, however you are, just sit back, close your eyes. And I want you to pay attention to your breath. Just pay attention to your breath going in and going out. Going in and going out. Going in and going out. And with every breath that you exhale, just feel that you're releasing all the stress and the tension from your body. That you're releasing all the stress and the tension from your body, and your body is becoming very relaxed. And as your body gets relaxed, your mind is becoming very, very, very calm. As you release, you're also letting go of all the thoughts. And your mind and body is getting relaxed. And now, as I count you down from 50 down to 0, imagine you're going down a staircase. And this staircase, with each and every count, you're going 100 times as deep into a very quiet and safe space in your subconscious mind. Your physical body is relaxing, your mind is becoming calm. Starting with your left foot first, start going down. 50. 49. 48, just go down. 47. 46. 45, 44, 43, 42. Keep going deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. 41, 40, deeper. 39, 38, 37, 36, 35. Your body is getting very relaxed. Your eyes are getting heavy. Allow it to get heavy. 35, 34, 33, 32, 31. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Going deeper. Body getting relaxed. Mind becoming calm. Feel that you're sinking a little more deep, as if you're going into a very deep, relaxing sleep. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Going very, very deep, very relaxed. And give yourself the permission to go deep and tell yourself, I am calm, peaceful, and relaxed. I am calm, peaceful, and relaxed. I am calm, peaceful, and relaxed. And allow these suggestions to go very, very deep into every cell of your body, vibrating in every cell of your body. And slowly these vibrations are moving around you too, spreading around in every area of your house, workplace. And with every breath, whether you're awake or sleeping, it's only growing. And you're becoming calmer and calmer. Allow this to happen. And now, in a few moments, I'm going to count you from 1 to 5. At the count of 5, you'll open your eyes, be wide awake, feeling fine, fresh, and relaxed. Feeling very, very good about yourself. And every time you breathe in, you are suggesting your mind to be calm, peaceful, and relaxed. And you'll start noticing small shifts, micro shifts on a moment-to-moment basis, on day-to-day basis. And you'll also start noticing how calmly, peacefully, and in a relaxed fashion, you're dealing with things, which is bringing about a huge shift in your life, in your health, wealth, relationships, in your career. Make note of it regularly. So now start coming up with 1. Breathe in deep and breathe out. Move your hands and feet. Move your hands and feet. Stretch your arms, your legs. 2. Breathe in deep and breathe out. Move your head side to side. 3. Move your spine. Stretch yourself. Move yourself. Be conscious of the environment around you, of your body. Move around. 4 and 5. Eyes open, wide awake. Eyes open, wide awake. With a big good morning to yourself. How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling? Relaxed, Better, better. Relax, relax. Yes, very relaxed. Yes. Calm. Very calm and relaxed. Yes. Heavy. Yes, that is also going to be a part of it. Yeah. Just breathe in deep, move around, drink some water. Yeah. Move your head side to side, drink some water. Very calm. Yes. Super. So you see, just we did it for what, 3 minutes maximum or 5 minutes max. So you can see that huge shift happening just by doing it for 3 to 5 minutes. And that's the kind of shift that happens. And remember, to heal any disease, you can heal any disease. Yeah. But what is the basic criteria to heal any disease? Yeah. Understand the cause? No. Belief? No. Readiness to heal? No. These are all required. I'm saying basic principle. Yeah, but what do you mean by free your mind? Positive mind? No. Closer, huh? When I say no means closer. Recognize there's a disease, yes. Awareness, yes. Breath connect. Super. Very good. Go ahead. What is required in order to heal? Okay, let's turn it around. Yeah, this is after this we are going to stop. What is required in order to have a disease?
Pain,
What do you require?
pain, pain.
Pain is the symptom. What you require in order to be sick, unwell, or having breakdowns in your business is stress that has not been dealt properly. How many of you agree with me? Make sense? In order to heal, in order to be healthy, what is required then? Basic. You got to be
Removal of stress.
Stress-free,
got to be calm and
composed.
peaceful.
Free of stress.
You have to be being calm and relaxed. Write it down somewhere. In order to fall sick, you got to have undealt, unprocessed stress. So next time when we are going to go into the next week, I want you all to attend. I want all of you to tell more people to join in because we're going to talk about stress, trauma, and the somatic work. Some people have experienced the somatic work that I do, and it is one of the fastest and the most effective therapies that I've seen. How many of you want to know something about somatic? Yeah, be there next week, Monday. But my request, all of you, how many of you are really willing to support this cause of one healer every home? How many of you? Just write down I. Like it's a commitment to yourself, yeah? Yes, please. Yes, very good. Very good. Yes, Nams, Ahana, Mandeep, Archana, Pramod. Yes, Pramod, hi.
Yes, sir.
Sarda, yeah, Sujata Chakravarti. Yes, very good. Dr. Pooja. My request, when you take back a lot of benefits over here, I want you to share these benefits. I've been doing this for 25 years. Let me tell you this. 2000, I started with parenting, teaching parents how to take care of the children and all those things. And then I started moving around and talking about hypnotherapy, talking about how do you deal with life. And a lot of people used to do it almost offline. 20, 25 people used to come in. And that's how it is. And I've continued that even today. But now it's online. But the good thing is that I can even have 100 people over here and I can do it all over the world. Like Sandeep is there from US. Are you getting it? There's someone from UK. There's someone from Hyderabad. There's someone from Madras. So like that. Are you getting it? But my request to you is that please put it on your groups. Urge them. If you have found some benefit over here, you found that there's something, a takeaway, please share it with them and ask them to join in. And it's free of cost. There's nothing like they have to pay anything. Okay? So my request is that. And you do attend. Okay, so now the if you want to heal, if you want things to change for yourself, the precondition is to be relaxed and calm. Look around. Why people are so sick? Because there's no relaxation, there's no calmness. Belief and all बाद में आता है. But of course, they're all connected to each other. Right? If you don't have a healthy belief system, so automatically your body is going to react. We're going to learn next time how it reacts as if the trauma is happening now. And that is a key problem we got to learn. And okay, so when we are doing this work with hypnotherapy, you know what kind of work that can be done with hypnotherapy? What kind of diseases can be cured? What kind of ailments can be cured? How many of you think psychological issues can be dealt with and healed very well with hypnotherapy? Yes, many of you think like that. Yes, very good. Yeah, just keep writing down yes. Yeah. How many of you think that your mental stress and anxieties can be dealt with? Yes, very good. So, how many of you think that physical diseases can be dealt with hypnotherapy? Yeah. Yes. I can tell you cases after cases after cases after cases after cases after cases. Like Dr. Pooja is here. She will be. Have you done hypnotherapy, Pooja?
Yes, Dr. Pooja, we were together. I worked as a faculty in Ekam.
Okay, great. Great.
Nice to see you after long.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, and the kind of work to be, and good, Pooja, yeah, because we are creating a team of people who can support each other. Yeah. So I would like to have more and more hypnotherapists over here also. Yeah. So I had this case of ecclesia cardia. Yeah. Like, and that surgery person was, that lady was supposed to go in for surgery. And when the work was done, 3 or 4 sessions, she went to the doctor and she for the surgery, and the doctor said, "Where's the symptom? I cannot find it." And it's been 6 years. She's a nutritionist, having done a nutritionist course in UK. And she said, "Doctor, every year I'm made to do go through the tests, but I know for sure it's never going to come back." 24 years of acidity, 12 years of acidity, 12 or 20 years of acidity, gone within 4-5 sessions. Severe acidity. Migraines of 15, 16 years, gone off within 3 to 4 sessions. She's from Germany. Lot of relationship problems. People are coming in saying we want to separate, we can't tolerate each other, and there's a lot of violence and fight and all that. Just stops in few sessions. Right? And people who are not able to find their life purpose, they're lost, they're self-sabotaging. And suddenly they say, there's so much of clarity. How does this happen? People who are financially down and out. So I do something called Success Money Mindset. It's a 3-month course in which people are not only able to find out what they really want, their life purpose, but there are people who have scaled up at least 3 to 4 times in 6 months. Someone who was not willing to take a loan and somehow went ahead and took a loan of 7 lakhs. Within 1.5 years, he's taking a 42 lakhs loan. His business has grown so much. And someone who didn't have the courage even to take a little amount of loan. इसे मैं कैसे भरूंगा मुझे पता नहीं. I said, how do you manage now? नहीं, I know that अभी मैं अच्छा ही करूंगा. So this is how it is. Are you getting me? Everyone? So a lot of diseases, skin diseases and headaches, migraines, children having problems, lot of changes happening. ADHDs, learning disabilities, you don't need to put them on medication. I can guarantee you, chala jata hai. Examination problems. I have people coming with 55 and jumping to 85. They have to study, of course, but their mind becomes very receptive. Yeah. Okay. So everyone, Any questions? Any questions you want to ask?
Yeah, can I ask?
Yes, please.
So even this is Sheetal here. Yeah, there's this load network, so I've switched off my video. So even autoimmune disorders,
Yeah,
diseases can.
autoimmune also. A lot of autoimmune can be dealt with. Yes.
Thank you.
See, very simple, eh? Yeah, it's very simple, Sheetal. What is autoimmune? It is your own immunity going against you. That is how simple. Are you getting me? And basically, let's look at it very simply like you have a self-sabotaging mechanism in you. आप प्रोक्रेस्टिनेट करते हो, आप ये करते हो, वैसे आपका बॉडी आपके अगेंस्ट जाता है. क्यों जाता है? Are you getting it? So it is like you keep something that is like a food that is there. You keep to a particular time, it is edible. But if you go beyond it and you keep it in an environment like not a cold storage or whatever, it will rot. Same way, your immunity is given by the kind of experiences and memories and the filters that you are having, the perceptions. If it is unhealthy, who's having those unhealthy thoughts and feelings and emotions? It's you. If a positive thought, feeling, emotion can give you positive experience, a negative will give you negative experience. But after a particular level of stress, it can't handle, it goes against yourself. And that is nothing else but autoimmune disease. Simple understanding. Why the more mind procrastinates?
Beautifully explained.
The mind, yeah? Sheetal, you said something?
Yeah, beautifully explained. Yes.
Thank you. It's very simple. That's what we are trying to do over here in this One Healer Every Home. Awaken the healer within you. It's very simple. I'm only trying to help people simplify it for themselves. Don't make it so drawn out. Don't make it so complicated. Your life will get simplified. And as you keep attending, I will show you so many ways of even thinking. That is what I've been doing for the last 25 years. People have saved their marriages. People have said, I still remember there was this lady. I was coming down from Borivali to Andheri. We had attended some event. I was the one who was giving a talk over there. And she was coming and she talked about a marriage, how bad it is. And she said, I can't survive in this marriage. And she kept attending these free talks. And then after some time I spoke, she's saying, Raju, I realized one thing, that I was the one who was making all the mistakes, or I was the one who was actually harming our marriage. And my husband is a good guy. I just couldn't accept that. And after that, I started realizing all those things. Suddenly, I can see the love he actually showers in so many years, but I couldn't see it because I was negative towards it. And just imagine, this kind of talks are just making a difference. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. Does your mind gives you signals or messages through your dreams? Of course, it does. It's the subconscious thing. Okay. Yeah. So someone is asking procrastinate. It's very simple. Your mind is only procrastinating because again, आपके घर में if there's a lot of furniture, are you able to move around from one end of the room to another end of the room easily? Is it going to take the same amount of time moving from one end of the room to other end of room if it's empty and when it's full of furniture? The time taken would be different, right? Same way, when there are too many stuff occupying your mind, the mind is trying to process that. And you don't even realize when it's got pulled into distraction or struggling with that. And that is one of the basic reasons of procrastinating. Right? I was listening to Gabor Mate today. Most of us have heard of it. I heard him today the first time, very honestly. But I do a lot of trauma work and I was blown. I was blown. He was talking about procrastination. And it comes from a childhood experience. Yeah, there is too much of stress in the environment, and that is what the child is carrying. So there are a lot of reasons. But but basic hamara kya hai? We remove the stress, we remove the traumatic experiences, and you're back to being your 100%. Okay? Any questions? You can keep asking questions now. You can open your mics, keep asking questions.
Hello.
Yeah, ovaries, NAMS. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what is the role of diet? I understand what you're saying, and I've done some sessions myself for trauma healing. Does diet play any role in
100%.
also,
100%.
yeah, especially the gut
Yeah.
and the link between the gut and the mind?
Yeah.
So can you like share some information?
So diet has a very big role. See, very simple. It is like the 5 basics for a healthy living. One is food, air, breathing, sleep, exercise. I would add one more. Guess what it is? Owning up the power. Very, very important. You got to take a responsibility of it. So diet plays a very huge role. Yeah. Now, depending upon what kind of diet your body can handle, right? That's very, very important. So, and people have, so there are so many people who have been meeting up dietitians or nutritionists and making a change in their diet, and they say it started becoming easier for them to handle things, or they're much more calmer, or they're much more relaxed, because the body is also going through a process to digest whatever it is eaten. Now, if it's too heavy or it's not conducive to your health, then it is very stressful for the body, and also depends upon the time when you eat and how much you eat. I myself made a lot of changes and I've seen huge amount of change, of course. And secondly, when you're talking about the gut and the mind, I put something on Instagram. If you want to have a look, you can always have a look. But the gut and the mind are very related, right? So whenever you are anxious and all, what happens to your gut? Yeah, you have a tendency to, as if there's bloating, or you want to pass motions repeatedly, or you feel that as if I'm going to pass motions. It's like the gut, the anxiety impacts your gut a lot.
Yes, the acid reflux, the inflammation,
Yeah,
and all these markers when they go up.
yeah,
I mean, what I just want to say is that a lot of people who believe in naturopathy, they say that they can cure diseases, people who are experts, I mean, in that field. And so, we're talking about both, I guess, here, right? We're talking about like linking. So people who are in let's say a naturopath, he would say you can take care of all your diseases via just, changing your diet.
yeah. Very
Yeah.
true. I don't know whether you can take everything. It might take time. Yes, maybe. But at the same time, what hypnotherapy does is that it it is working at directly at the source, that is the subconscious, right? That is at the subconscious level. So that's why it becomes the fastest. But at the same time, diet and nutrition, I would always recommend, yes, you got to uh, make changes in your diet if at all you have problems in certain areas of the body, like in your health. Yeah. Because if your gut is a problem, you better not eat something. If your liver has a problem, you better not eat something. So that's very, very important to know what is to be taken, and you better take some support from someone who's a specialist in that.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you.
Okay, and people who are interested in going to my Instagram or connecting to me on Instagram, I put in the link over here, Instagram, so you can always connect and follow. Okay, I have gone through evacuation of SDH. So any specific mind exercise that you suggest would help me to make the brain healthy and back to square one, as well as the doctor has given. Okay. Thank you, Sandeep. So, see, first of all, let me tell you this, just a minute. Huh? Yeah. So first of all, let me tell you one thing, that there is no specific mind exercise that I can give you right now. Yeah. But already what we did, you can do it because it's a relaxation response. But I would recommend, if at all you've gone through that, then I would recommend you to meet up someone. Yeah, Nirmalya. So I would recommend you to meet up someone, a therapist, because then you have to get into the specific reasons why it happened, the source of it, what I call is the seed and the root of it, that is coming from the emotional experiences and all, or the childhood traumatic experiences, whatever it could be. Why? The question is, why did I go through this? Why did I suffer that? That is very, very important, rather than uh, 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 just can I get healed? You can get healed. I can tell you that. I've had people suffering from some pituitary gland problems. Yeah. And they showed a big, huge response. Right. So, and we had a psychologist whose mother had cancer. So she was going through, she was going through radiation, but the kind of energy, she was low on energy, very low on energy. She was going through chemos. But after the therapies, her energy levels shot up. So there are a lot of changes that can be done, right? So it's better to meet up someone, but any kind of exercise would be helpful. I can't specifically mention, but breathing exercise would be very helpful. Yeah, yeah, Nirmal, yeah. And if there's anything that you want to, you can always connect to me personally, and I can just suggest you something. Yeah, yeah. Any questions you want to ask?
I um I tried to connect to LinkedIn and it says page not found.
Oh, okay,
I don't
okay.
know if it is a problem on my side.
No, maybe I don't know because I don't know because I'm not.
Yeah, it says that page doesn't exist.
Oh, देखता हूँ मैं. अच्छा, okay, good you told me. मैं check कर रहा हूँ. Okay, मैं check कर रहा हूँ. I'll also do one thing. How did you find this session? I'll just close this now. Or I'll put up this